Well, that finished quicker than I expected. I suppose it's my own fault for wanting the old YouTube chat. There we go. And I don't know if it automatically updates the same window into the correct chat, but nonetheless, that's the whole point in having the intro, is so that I can get everything done while it's playing. Unfortunately, sometimes shit don't work like that. Shit don't work like that. Right, well, besiege time. Let's see if we can lay siege to the poor miserable souls that will be obliterated beneath my heavy tracked monstrosity vehicles that I will inevitably create. Oh, look at that. Isn't it satisfying having two burning citadels? Which means, or two burning islands I suppose, which means we've got Valfros, the ice domain, and then Krolmar, the deserty campaign. And then we're done. Holy balls. Are your balls holy? They are a little bit. Okay, so conquered the Frozen Path, conquered the Awakening Bells. Oh yes. Yes, I conquered the Awakening Bells entirely by accident, but that was a win. Peculiar Clearing. Now that was a good one, wasn't it? That was a good one. That was a genuine played for and got moment, which I think was satisfying. And now we are the Martyr Knights. Well, I mean, they are called the Martyr Knights, so that kind of tells you they're going to die. You'll all die. You'll die. You'll die. Okay, let's summon a monster machine. Okay, I feel like the Flame Wall of Death is probably going to serve me reasonably well once again, because I mean, it's one of those things where they will come at me. Oh shit, that's the wrong button. I don't know how to activate the flamethrowers. Fuck. Okay, let's... Oh, yeah, I don't know. Right. I've forgotten all the buttons. I've forgotten every button going. Right. What we need to do... Key mapper. Y. Okay. And, oh, fuck that. We might as well have maximum range. Although, oh, there must be a quicker way of... You must be able to select them all and... Oh, I suppose actually, yes, there is, isn't there? There's that. So if I go to my group of flamethrowers, or not, oh, no, maybe I can't. No, 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 bin that, thank you, bin that, there we go. Are you 100% sure there's not a way to improve the stat very quickly? There must be, I just don't know what it is. There's definitely like here, oh no, that's the wrong tab, there we go. Show machine keys, no, that's not what we want. And allow intersecting, symmetry, skins, key mapper, ah. No, I mean, we already know there's a key mapper. So it's not none of the standard ones you would expect it to be. You would assume, now they are all selected, see? Oh, fuck it. One of them is maximum range. The rest of them are not maximum range. Okay. Let them get a little bit closer. Let them think they're going to win and then burn them all to death. Right. The only slight inconvenience is I don't know which... Okay, there's number one cannon. I'm loosely assuming... No, I don't fucking know. That's why I don't rely on cannons that much. Drill them! Drill them all! Drill them to death. Oh shit, there's shrapnel cannons on the front of this bad boy. Did not know there was fucking shrapnel cannons. I don't even know what the fucking buttons for the shrapnel cannons are going to be. Okay, we've got a couple of chains. We've got a couple of buzzsaws going a little bit wild. I think we may need to adjust the rear section because the flame wall is delightful and it does rather get the job done. Unfortunately, this rear machine is struggling, especially I didn't know they had throwables. Yeah, the rear machine I think is struggling to do enough damage It's not got any kind of significant damage output. Now, admittedly, I could probably brace it and try and build something up that's a little bit further, but I think what we need to do is maybe not bother with those cannons, and the drills just are not effective enough. And what we'll also do, I think, is get rid of... Whoops. Was that something I was supposed to be getting rid of? No, that was one of my buzzsaws. So if we get rid of the cannon wheel, because we need something reliably sort of devastating. And there's a part of me thinking one of the primary things that are, you know, full force. I think I'll need some armour as well. So what we'll do as our first port of call, we'll put armour on the wheels at the very least. I don't know. I mean, technically I could put armour there. I could put armour there, but we've seen how that doesn't necessarily go well. So let's have a look what we fancy trying here. Now, I'm slightly wondering if maybe I could... I don't know if I'd get away with it, but I'm going to try it. Have a go. Become the have a go hero. That will do. We'll just have to delete them. Delete those 2 blocks afterwards. That's not a huge problem. Where are you? Delete. Thank you very much. Delete that and delete that. And now, just to have a little tiny car type form here. Flip that around there. And we just want, yeah, we want just a little bit of wheels action going on there. Don't necessarily think, oh, I mean, obviously I'm, whoops, no, that's it. We want to translate that down to the bottom, not that far down the bottom. And maybe just, assuming, yes, that is legal, superb. Superb, right. Now, precisely how do I want to do this? There's a couple of options. I think what we might do is just go maybe grabbers. That's going to probably cause an issue. Let's not worry about that at the moment. What we want is bombs. Unfortunately, we can only get 3 bombs on top of there. And I suppose that's fair enough. What I really should have done, and I didn't, duplicate that selection and move it the other side. That's what we want. There we go. Superb. Right, so we've got a couple of independent bomb delivery systems. Oh Christ, I'm going to run out of buttons to think about here. Right, right. So I suppose let's go forwards, reverse there, I and K. Forwards and reverse there, just I and K. Because I'm not necessarily planning on having these be sort of supremely and unfathomably sort of versatile. I literally just want them to be explosive delivery items to just hopefully, although having said that, they're going to get blocked by that, so I might need to consider steering on them. It'll be very difficult steering everything very quickly, but we'll solve that problem when it becomes a problem. Right, let's try and figure it out, I suppose. So if we're looking at that being that and reverse, what we'll want here is L and K, yes. That one I believe we'll want L and K as well, and then this one we'll want J and K, this one we'll want J and K. So that should give me tank steering there. And then if we go with T, so this one we want that and G, this one we want that and G, this one we want F and G, or an F or G, one of the two, F and G. Right, so theoretically now we've got, I mean it's going to be a bastard to try and move all of these vehicles independently and not have them just die on me, but at the moment what we have got I want to move that one all the way back, all the way to the back, as far back as I can, with it still being legally in the box. Good, right, you are now legally in the box. Now I don't know what I'm doing, because I haven't really made much in the way of a decision. I'm wondering, there's a part of me what I wouldn't mind doing, although I don't think this is practical. Who am I kidding? When have any of my machines been practical? Although I don't think I've got the space to do what I would like to do here. Not in my tiny little box. So I think it's going to have to be, a weapon off the front. Just precisely what the nature of that weapon is going to be. I mean, there's a definite part of me thinking what I really want. What I really, really, really want. So yeah, I was going to say, there should be a spinning block, but I've never been overly impressed by the speed of the spinning block. What I probably want to do is I probably want to move that camera back a bit. That's it. At least it'll do. I mean, in the middle there will suffice. But these spinning blocks should theoretically spin, and they do. Just, I don't know. I suppose I can maximise the spin of the spinning block. Now, I suppose what I need is I need something up and out, don't I? Really, it has to be up and out. I don't think there's any real way of doing anything that's not based on going up and out. Again, not entirely sure what I'm building, not entirely sure what I'm doing, but with a bit of luck it'll be something spectacular, even if it's a spectacular failure. Cool, okay, so we've now got our little spinning block there. And what I'm thinking, I can't really got the space for it, so whoops, that's the wrong button, as is expected by now. Right, so okay, fuck man, I need those two buttons ideally. Right, so start. Oh, okay. Right, crucial thing is the reason that happened, I think, is that spinning block. Yeah, the spinning block gets caught, which is why I think I can't. Yeah, I get the impression I can't use the spinning block for it, because you can't control the spinning block unless automation, a sensor, a timer block, tracks altitude, that'd be interesting but not useful, anglometer, tracks the angle, okay, speedometer. Again, I'm not convinced any of them are going to be that useful. I think what I might need to just do is accept the fact that I may have to use the old big wheel, because the old big wheel I have more control over. As unlikely as that sounds considering my track record, but toggle mode, that's what we're after. And yeah, we'll up the speed a little bit, although I might be going a bit too far. What do we want as our toggle mode button? I suppose we've already got flamethrowers on that. I don't think we've got anything on U, so we'll put that on U. I'll put that on 7, but I don't necessarily think I'll want it on reverse. Okay. Time for the moment of truth. Okay, that's... Now. Eesh, what is happening? That's not a timer, is it? No. Oh, shitting hell, that's what it's... Yes, that's the problem we've got. The problem we've got is our grenades detonate on K. That's an issue. Right, let's try grenade... I suppose it would make more sense to make that number 1 and that number 2. Okay. Right, now we can back that one off, we can back that one off, we can back the main machine off. I may need to... Yeah, I think I'll probably end up needing to brace the main machine. Flame on. Back that one off, back that one off. Ideally, we want this machine to really severely back off. And we perhaps want a little bit of F. And now... okay. Yeah, I forgot when I... number 1, go! Go! Explode! Explode! Number 2, tally-ho! Tally-ho! Okay, ideally what I want to do... Obviously... Ah! He's not that! Okay, so... We've had some problems, but now... Toggle the... Oh, shit, it's not out far enough. For what is it? Of course it isn't. You couldn't place a fucking... If you can't place a spike ball there, you can't place a spike ball anywhere, can you? Right. So I suppose... Let's consider our options. I'm wondering if there's a way... I don't know. I think for now, let's just trash this front because it's ugly and it's stupid and it's annoying me. There we go. Right. So we need a good sort of repeating weapon that will be able to sort of continually destroy people. Which is a problem because there's not... In terms of that sort of thing, there's not a huge amount of options. I'll tell you what I might try and do. The old gladiator technique. But, I mean, it'll look spectacular. Whether it's going to do me any good, I don't know. But it'll look spectacular. So, the old buzzsaws on the wheels thing. Can we... Oh, fucking maximum speed, my friend. Maximum speed. You don't do things by halves in this game. You push it all the way to max. That's the only way to do things. Oh, yeah. Right, I suppose what we can do... This is a terrible idea. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Congratulations. You've come up with a terrible idea. What's new there, then? What's new, pussycat? Whoa, 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 whoa. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. Oh, yes, I do. Maybe that's too far. What I might want to do is something more like that. Then something like that. And then something like that. That. Ah, you bastard. Intersection. Okay, well, I suppose technically speaking, having an intersection there doesn't make too much difference if I'm not doing anything specific. More buzzsaws! Because why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Okay. Let's also have a slight... We'll have a bit of a backup on the back, the rear there. We're definitely going to need more weight on the rear end anyway, I think. So, no. No, 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 no game, no game, no game. No, 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 no game. Don't be an asshole. Stop being an asshole game, asshole game, asshole game. Stop being an asshole game. Oh, please do. Right, okay, so what we want to do is get those weights on the back, because otherwise the machine is going to be terribly off balanced. And now what we probably also want to do is try and brace. Brace yourselves for failure. Stand by for action. Anything can happen with this shocking machine. Right, one of the key things we need to do is figure out a button for lowering our steering, which apparently we can't actually. There we go, thank you. Right, I want maximum angles. We'll deal with that myself. I might limit the rotation speed so it's a little bit slower. And now we have to figure out buttons. So I suppose let's go for... Let's just keep it simple, go 3 and 4. Now I want that on all 3 of these hinges, so that they all move in unison. Okay, and now what we need to also do is toggle the mode, and let's not go maximum speed this time. And now toggling the mode, I don't know. Let's go 5 and 6 and hope I remember all of these. What the fuck is this? This is Besiege. You know Besiege, don't you? It's the game where perfectly sensible machines do battle. Right, okay, I wonder if it's going to be worthwhile. If we get the camera. So what I want to do ideally is get a couple more cameras on the submachine. But what the fuck is this? Specifically, what the fuck is this? Well, obviously... Okay, so that's F camera. I suppose let's have... We've already got 6, so let's have 7 camera, 8 camera. I think that'll work out. That might make it slightly easier. Right, okay. Right, back that machine off. Underlay. Back those 2 machines off. Fire up the flamethrowers. Right. I don't think that's the right camera. Oh, that's because I'm using the wrong buttons. There we go, right. And underlay. Unfortunately, that machine needs to back off a bit more. Ah, that machine blew up. Okay. It's not a problem. Right, that machine can roll around. And now, I don't... fuck. I'm getting confused with buttons. Oh, well, that's that machine done. Right, okay, that's fine. That's not a problem. What the fuck was the button? There we go. That's the button. Lower the machine. Lower the death calling. And now, was it 4? No. Was it 5? Activate the death machine. Right. Let's go try and cause some death. Okay. That's no. We need to raise it up a bit. Oh, pray tell, what is the most innovative shooter? What is the most innovative shooter you've played in years? Oh, Super Hot. Yeah, I know that one. Oh, I must admit, slightly unexpected, but this bad boy is actually doing the job. I suppose arguably I've got fucking razor blades on my wheels and a giant spinning spike ball at the front, so you would kind of hope it would do the business. I can't deny it. The 2 bomb delivery systems, they did fuck all, didn't they? But the main machine, actually not doing terribly. Even the sort of the sub flamethrowers didn't do a lot, did they? I mean, I suppose they did enough, perhaps, but... You think you can samurai sword me? A bit... Oh, I think he can. Oh dear, it's rickety. You got it for free? Oh, very nice. How, pray tell, did you get it for free? You just need to survive a little bit longer. Plus, in fairness, I do have buzzsaws on my my wheels, so hopefully, with a bit of luck. Yes, there we go. Oh wow! Shame I don't get. Shame I apparently don't get involved in those sort of things. I clearly missed a memo. Plus, they wouldn't have given it to me anyway. I know that for a fact. None of these things. Yeah. That's my point. Random people. Therefore, I would never have ended up with it. Right. Steal 3 pieces of gold ore. Okay. So we can see there's a piece of gold ore there. Need to try and identify where the gold ore is, really. So this battle machine is definitely not going to be that useful. So what we'll do is we'll bring in the big tank base, and then what we'll just do is we'll just have a wander around. We can find out any sort of hidden oddities. This camera's proving fucking annoyance because it's got like a... Maybe that would make it look slightly better. No, maybe it needs to be further away then. But it's got sort of slightly annoying kind of field of view type deal. Oh, here we go. I can customise it. So, what's our field of view? Possibly want our field of view more. Don't really fully understand cameras, so maybe we want more. It's still blur, isn't it? Maybe we want to lessen the distance. No, that's very blurry. No, maybe we want to lessen the field of view. No, that's very blurry. Absolute. Completely. No, that's very blurry. Maybe. Ah, that's a bit better, isn't it? Okay, I think we may have stumbled upon a couple of semi-decent settings. There we go. Don't necessarily know it's going to work perfectly at all times, but it's now a little bit perhaps rigid. Maybe I don't necessarily want the prediction as high as I put it, because it's just testing what the prediction did. Maybe I need like a little bit of tilt and a little bit of roll, just a little bit of yaw. A little bit of yaw what? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, now we just feel slightly queasy. I mean, it makes for a very interesting look, but slightly drunken look at that. I'll probably reset those settings in a moment or two. So, okay. So there's definitely a piece of ore there. But that appears to be the only one. Oh. Trying to just sort of... I'll tell you what, let's... Alright, so for starters, let's put... Oops. Let's get those back to 0. Right, that's... Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Superb. Superb. Go away now. Go away now. Camera, go away now. Thank you. Right, what we want to do is just sort of put on... Just want to shove some cannons on the front. Because what we'll try and do is just see about destroying that building. Clearly I didn't destroy enough of that building. Clearly I didn't have enough cannons. Which is always the problem, isn't it? The problem is always the lack of cannons. But you know what we do to solve the problem of lack of cannons? We put on more cannons. It's the perfect solution to all problems in life. And that is more cannons. Cannon to the left of me. Cannon to the right. I think my cannons are interfering with my middle wheels. Well, fortunately, the cannons will disappear. Right. Unfortunately, what that hasn't done is revealed any gold. It's revealed the fact that there are there is a boulder in the building there. So it was 3 pieces, wasn't it? Yeah, still 3 pieces of gold ore. The issue we're having here I'm only seeing one. I realise it may be simply because I'm blind, but can we destroy these rocks? Yes, we can. Okay, so we are going to have to do some excavating to find the other pieces of gold. Well, I suppose, assuming this piece of gold turns up there again. Yes, right. So we've got one piece of gold. Now, obviously, I do need to build a better machine for excavating. That's not a problem. But the crucial thing is, can we find the other piece of gold prior to that? I must admit, those side cannons really are interfering with the wheels, and I should get rid of them, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy. Fucking lazy. That's how I am. Fucking lazy. I wonder if maybe it would be better and easier to build an excavator first. I mean, it's quite good that we know roughly where. Okay, I can't deny it. I'm going to reload this big tank base, although that does. Whoa, there. I didn't ask you to zoom in that far. Okay, so I mean, I feel like in terms of an excavator, just like a couple of drills, right? Couple of drills, couple of drills. What's the worst that can go wrong with a couple of drills? Thunderbirds are go. Okay, so yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be able to pick up the ore. That's, you know, that's not the issue. I might need some armour on top as well. Oops. Might also need to remember how to control the fucking vehicle. Well, having said that, some of this is not me. Some of this is very much the rocks fighting back. Which does make me wonder if a... Oh, well, we found the other piece of gold. Well, that's something at least. Information is always beneficial. Cool. Okay. So now we just need a... I mean... Can't help but think... Oh, son of a bitch. Never heard of the Thunderbirds. How dare he? How dare he? No, I'm sorry, but that's not something that can be just allowed to sit and rest. That's not. No. I don't think that's a good enough excuse. Whether it was made in Sweden or not, it should be necessary viewing for any child of any age. Right, let's brace the thing so that hopefully it doesn't collapse again. And then what I'm sort of thinking... I'm thinking we don't actually have to be overly complicated here. Because the boulders are reasonably heavy. Just have that. You know, just have that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Now we've been talking about Thunderbirds, I kind of want, like, a drill. I'm using my hands to point, but I kind of would like a shaft on here with just the drill on the front because mole. But nonetheless, okay. So, oh shit, the one thing I might not be able to do. I want the mole. Yes, I do want the mole. Right. Okay. So the one in there. Oh, unless of course we can just get it to do that. At which point, as specified. Oh, well, that camera's not going to be as useful as you would hope. Dang it. Okay. I may have to extend the rear end a little bit. Because the mole was absolutely my favourite vehicle of all time. I always looked forward to episodes featuring the mole because it was such an awesome vehicle. I loved it so much. I mean, it didn't fully make sense because it was able to drill up, but technically, I suppose, what it did was it drilled a hole. Right, that, what we're just going to do is spin her around, leave it there. No, leave it there. Leave it there. I asked you nicely to leave it there. Thunderbird 2 was by far the best. I mean, Virgil was the best character, without a doubt. And the fact that he had all the gadgets in Thunderbird 2 also simply made him the best. Oh, you need to rectify that. Okay, let's do a little bit of clearing out here. So let's just drive that rock away. Let's spin around and drive this rock away. But you can't, you've got to admit, now I suppose arguably a drill is a drill is a drill, but the drills in this, they do look quite Thunderbirdsy, don't they? Oh, now see, I've got the entire collection on DVD because I am that level of fan. But in fairness, I've got the entire sort of the entire Jerry Anderson collection. So I've got the entirety of Captain Scarlet, the entirety of Stingray, and the entirety of Thunderbirds, and then I also, at one point, I took the opportunity to get the entirety of Joe 90. Aha, there's my piece of gold. So hopefully all I need to do is turn around. Oh, okay, we've had a bit of a collapse. We've had a bit of a collapse issue. That's an issue. That's a problem. That's a problem we can solve. All I need to do is just get forward a little bit. There we go, okay. Well, the gold doesn't want to come out easily. Oh shit, I think I may have just beached the vehicle. Can we get out of this situation? I think with the appropriate volume of spinning, yes. Spinning's always a good trick, and yes, apparently it is. Right, now we just need to... There we go. If we just destroy that. Now, ideally, it would be really helpful if we could destroy that little one. But unfortunately, I think my my drills are going to fall off before I get to do that. Now, see, I always quite liked Joe 90. It is a very strange concept, the old Joe 90. Small child ends up in a machine, I think it is, that then sort of gives him the knowledge of a certain sort of thing. So I think he goes in the machine and then he can become an Air Force pilot, despite the fact that he's only, you know, a fucking 15-year-old or something, possibly even lower than that. Hey, there we go, win. Took a while. It's probably a more efficient build, but it worked, you know. Captain's football team you support is now managed by a man who looks remarkably like Captain Black. I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think you want to be telling him that. I realise you might not get an opportunity to tell him that. But nonetheless, Captain Black was like hardcore, sort of pale and insipid with deep sunken eyes, right? I don't think anybody would want to be likened to Captain Black. Okay, so tear down the barrier. The wall must fall. So, I don't... Oh, I suppose probably because the machine is going to get attacked by these little shits. But there's a small part of me, as is tradition, we go, fuck it, let's try... Oh, there's actually a way more little shits than I thought. But let's just try with the machine we happen to have. Okay, so when it starts collapsing, this machine doesn't do well with collapsing. I've actually got an idea for that, although I think, truth be told, I feel like I may have ended up doing enough. Well, there is a little bit more of that water. Oh, we've lost a wheel. The fact that I can actually sort of wind up... Oh shit, right, that's why, because I've got my bloody what's-its attached to the back there. Yeah, no, I think we're slightly stuck there, but I think, I suppose the issue is those bits there, which may not be as much of an issue as you would think, because what we might be able to do, we just translate this part of the machine over there. Now, do I want to try and execute the... I'll tell you what, actually, it's not quite the idea I thought I was thinking of previously, but I might be able to do sort of a... Why can't I put it there? I mean, well, I mean, you say there's an intersection, game. You say there's an intersection. Okay, that'll slightly do. Down there, and up there. I mean, I can't deny it. That is just going to sort of angle all the debris straight out to my wheels, isn't it? That one. That's not the world's most thought. You know, I didn't think about that very well. But maybe if we can just, I suppose I need to get rid of the bracing. I think is the issue. The bracing is causing problems with the new build extras. But if we put like a... Oh, apparently no. Okay. Fine. Be an arsehole then. Oh, I see. I think it just runs... Sort of just runs out is the issue we're finding there. But we can... I suppose that'll do. Right, now. Sort of going to end up with the... fucking shack from what's it called? Wacky Racers. Because I am essentially going to wind up with like a little house on the prairie. That's not as useful as you would hope it would be. How the fuck did we do this last time? So it's kind of... Not the gruesome twosome, no. The wooden shack ones. The wooden shack fellas. Unfortunately, their name absolutely fucking escapes me, which is a slight issue. Yeah, I'm not... Oh, there we go. Okay, that will probably do. Yeah, I think this is working. Yes, there we go. Oh, I genuinely can't fucking think of their names. Unfortunately, I am having to build it in triangles, which might not make it the world's most secure of objects, but... I mean... Don't... Oh, wow, this is... I mean, it's a bit of a laugh, isn't it? But it's a bit shit. No, of course I can't do it in one, because that would be useful, game. That would be useful. Yeah, again, not... I've got a house! And I think it still will just eject it all over the wheels. I'm building a house, house, a lovely little house, house, I'm building a house, house, I'm a building a house. Oh yes, I'm a building a house, house, it's a lovely little house, house, that's not quite what I was wanting, but there you go. If we travel it down there, and then to there, and there we go. I built a little house. I built a... The Arkansas Chuggabug. No. Sawtooth. Sawtooth and the other fella. Buzzsaw. The Buzzsaw Wagon. That's the one. Because one of their weapons is the ability to build their little shack up, as it were, as a defensive structure. The Buzzwagon, yes, that's the one. Okay, why do I suspect it's going to fall apart? No, it didn't. It's actually... It's structurally sound. Stop throwing axes at my house. please. I haven't got a front door attached yet. Thank you. Stop. I did ask nicely for you to stop throwing axes. Right, what I think we also want to do is a second tier of drills, because then they can drill into the slightly higher areas. That's it. So we've got protection from it collapsing, and we've got 2-tier drills. Now, the next part of the plan is to get that right on the edge. There we go, that's it. So, now I'm not going to lie, I can't, without some help, I might not be able to remember how the fuck to do this, but nonetheless, that's not exactly what I wanted, but it will suffice, because it will let, oopsie doodles, don't do that. It will still allow me to go off sort of like that. Now what we want to do is something like that, something like that, and then probably something like that. Yes, that gives me a straight line like that. That's it. And what we want to do... now, what was it? What was it? What was it? It was... Which order was it now? I will need to turn them around, but that's not a huge problem. Where are the bombs? Bombs, 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 bombs. There we go, bombs. Right, so we got that, and then what we need to do is just flip those two round and move them like that, I believe. And then we want a decoupler. Top Cat was a hell of a cartoon, in fairness. We'll just shove that decoupler there for now, I suppose. And I think we want the decoupler like that. So I do believe that was roughly how it was done. And then that to that, that to that, right. And I probably want to delete that, that, and that. Which will leave slightly awkward, but eh. Probably do. I suppose we could just... I'll have to attach it there. Then move it there. That's it. Now I think what we're going to want to do is take the whole thing, angle it up like that, something like that. That was it. Be careful, I'm grabbing part of my house. It's not necessarily what we want. Yeah, something like that. Now we definitely needed pins in there. If we pin that, and then try and figure out this. He's the indisputable Top Cat, whose intellectual close friends get to call him TC, providing it with dignity. I don't know how you do that bit of the line, which was fairly obvious, I think. Right, so that's usually V. That's not a problem because that won't interfere with that. That's J. That's not a problem, so that's fine. Strength. Probably don't want all of them. So I think what we probably do want is toggle mode. That'll do. I know. Right, so theoretically... yes. Well, that's a burning shack. That's a shack of lovely burnings. I suppose maybe I just need to fire it quicker. Need to actually fire it. What the fuck was the decoupler? I swear the decoupler was J. It was. Oh, I suppose technically it's not necessarily the decoupler that's a problem. Okay, so that looks like it might be a little bit too strong. Oh, that. Oops. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit too potent, so maybe drop the strength of the strings down to their minimum strength.